Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for deciding to stay until the very end. I'm not quite sure if I would have done it, so I'm guessing my sales effort during this part of Adria Summit were good. 50% more people than we had this morning, so that's good. Great. So today I will be speaking about the revolution of the marketing strategies and how to actually master the customer experience, which is in the core of the values of each and every brand today. Before I do, please do let me just give you a short background about myself personally. So as announced, my name is Alma Stanić. I'm the Regional Business Development Manager for Labrys Consulting. I would like to say that I can say that I was fortunate enough in my business life to have experience in various industries, starting from EY. I was working in financial audit, then I was working in EU-funded projects as a project manager. I was working as an energy and sustainability manager for UK and Europe market, and finally I was working in IT Clika, and now as a regional business development manager for Labrys. Most of my interests are topics revolving the marketing, technologies, advertising technologies, and organizational optimization. Now, a bit information about the company itself for those of you who did not have the chance to interact with Labrys. We define Labrys as a new breed of a consultancy company. Managing partners of Labrys are two people who are coming from different backgrounds, one of them being a marketing expert, let's say a marketing guru with more than 25 years of experience in the marketing world, professor of digital marketing in one of the prestigious Istanbul universities, and the other one being, let's say, a tech guru with more than 30 years of experience in the tech industry when it comes to the implementation, integration of very complex high-end ERP systems and such. So these two separate experiences are embedded into the company's DNA, and we try to bridge this gap between the technologies, between the marketings, and to help the departments make the best use out of technologies. Now, when it comes to the geographical coverage, we have offices in Istanbul, Sarajevo, and Dubai. Istanbul is where the headquarters are. When it comes to the clients that we are serving so far, we're covering the regions of Central and Eastern Europe, CIS countries, Turkey, Middle East, Africa. But it's always interesting to also mention that, for example, I have a client in Malta, but it's doing its majority of operations in Southern America. Therefore, we can even say we're acting globally. So this color, this yellow color can be even more broader. When it comes to the value proposition or the services that we're covering, we wear a couple of hats. So first and foremost, we're acting as a company who's trying to help the businesses see which strategy they have in place at one period of time and which are their goals when it comes to their technology or marketing technology or advertising technology, and what are the goals and where are the gaps. We're trying to identify where are the gaps within the current structural organization and try to get you there. Usually when we speak about that strategy, it involves a story around the technology, because technology is always somewhat a solution of certain problems that organizations are having these days. And then we pick the right technology piece and we implement it, meaning that we're acting as a systems integrator. Finally, we all know that technology by itself is usually not enough to achieve great results. Therefore, through expert and strategic services, we're trying to help the teams of these, let's say, technology pieces to make the best use out of these technology packages and to get the best ROI, which is, I'm guessing, the most important thing when we speak about investment. Finally, these are just some of the clients we have served for these past years. As you can see, we have also, let's say, Adriatic coverage as well. We're covering many industries, and we find ourselves in the situation where we even can say we're industry agnostic, meaning that very often we have faced situations that companies are working in entirely different industries but are facing the same problems when it comes to CX. Enough about the company. This is not a sales pitch, I promise. We're here today to discuss something far more important, and this is the marketing and how to master the customer experiences. we can say that majority of the companies who attended Adria Summit for these past 2 days are trying to sell some services and some products. And at the same time, we as a consumers are also using some services and some products, and while doing so, we're having certain experiences. They can be positive, they can be negative, they can be broken experiences at the end of the day. And at the same time, the companies that we're working for, while interacting with end consumers, are through their, let's say, sales efforts or marketing efforts, are revoking our let's say, clients to have customer experiences. Hence, we can definitely conclude that today we are living in an experience economy, and that a customer experience is one of the crucial parts of the brand identity. Therefore, we can say that we have came to an era where it's about the marketing transformation. And companies today are putting a lot of effort, to reach these new audiences. And in order to get that story straight, allow me to introduce to you one of the videos that has been prepared by one of the vendors that we are working with, and this will give you a glimpse on what customer experience has evolved to today.
Yep.
So exactly, what are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? We're waiting for people to decide. We're waiting for people to choose our services and our products and to start these conversion rates and to get them to have these seamless customer experiences. And in order to get there, there are a couple of steps that companies need to take, definitely. And with that being said, this is where I will spend majority of my time, not much left, unfortunately, to convey the story on modern marketing framework. First and foremost, we can say that companies today are chasing after customers and trying to get access to new audiences. And before that happens, before these advertising attempts happens, everything starts with data. Data is the new oil. It's only useful when it's refined. Data as such can be classified into different categories, known and the anonymous. Known data is the data that you're currently holding in your CRM systems. It may include, and it has to include, some of the PII, personally identified information. Those information consist out of details such as email, address, phone number, previous sales transactions, and this is also called the offline data. Now, when we speak about the online data, this is the biggest struggle of the marketing departments and, let's say, other departments as well, to convert this anonymous data into known data and to get the conversion rates going up. Let's say that I'm, for example, browsing through your website. You have some, let's say, e-commerce store or just a website where the product catalog is placed. You don't have any information about me. And while I'm doing so, I may be looking at some things that I like or do not like. And at that very point, through analytics, you are able to see which device am I using while I'm browsing, how much time am I spending while I'm on your web store, or which products do I like. But when I leave your web asset, what you want to do is to trigger a certain campaign to get me back on your web asset and to get me to convert, to get me down to the funnel. But this is impossible if you do not have information about me. On top of this, companies are relying on, let's say, third-party data in order to get access to new audiences. Why is this important to mention? If you remember, in 2015, Apple has restricted the usage of the third-party cookie as we know it. Firefox followed this decision very fast afterwards. And at that very point, we are going to talk about how many users are using Firefox or Safari as their default browser, you're losing 20 to 25% of your target audience if you're going to use a third-party cookie as an identifier on Safari or Firefox. On top of this, to make things even worse, Google has announced the abolishment of the third-party cookie. This decision has been postponed a couple of times, but this is definitely something that is coming and is inevitable. And when this happens, which is very soon, you're going to lose 90 to 95% of your target audience if you're going to use the third-party cookie as an identifier. Hence, it is crucial to start owning your own data on the first-party basis, to start building your systems and collect the data wherever you can in order to get access to new audiences. When we speak about audiences, it's also important to mention that marketing people are usually after segments. Segments are based on demographics, information such as income, level, gender, loyalty status. Let's say that I'm the gold member of a certain brand. And as such, I want to be using privileges, discounts, coupons. And I visit the store a couple of times. You may notice that I like certain type of dresses. But if you really monitor my behavior, you may notice that besides of being let's say a woman of XY years with certain level of income, I'm also a mother and I'm a wife. Therefore, you can trigger campaigns for advertising to show to me children toys or a watch for anniversary for my husband. So you can use my persona into 3 different categories and get me to buy more. And once you collect this data on the first-party basis and build up your system so they can have more and more information about your clients and track their behavior, then we push this data into tools for marketing automation, and we then speak about the omnichannel experience. It's important to distinguish 2 things when we speak about the omnichannel experience. Many brands today are using email, SMS, Viber, WhatsApp, instant messages. But the question remains, are you using this in a synchronized manner? Are you able to track and see which channel is your client leaving and on which channel he prefers to be touched upon or to be communicated, and to continue this conversion based on their preferred channel of communication in order to get the conversion rates going up. The other problem here that we have encountered with our clients is that different departments use different kind of tech solutions, and there is a problem of not enough data flow between the departments. So for sales department, I'm one person. For marketing department, I'm second person. And for customer care, I'm the third person. So let's say that I had a very bad experience with your brand. I called up the contact center and I say, I do not want to hear from you ever again. Does your marketing department really want to trigger any type of promotional campaign once or if it has this information? The answer is no, because you'll be wasting money. Therefore, it's also very important to get the data flowing between one and another department, and today there are tools that can help you to get this unified customer experience management in between the departments. Finally, if you are to collect the data on the first-party basis, really track what your consumers, prospects, clients are doing, get them to have the nice customer journeys which are in the best interest for your business, I'm definitely sure the engagement rates will follow. Thank you very much. 42 seconds.
Dear Alma, thank you for this.